Okay, since everybody is putting together these how-to or behind-the-scenes videos, I figured I'd do the same. Figured I'd start out with the brains behind the operation here. And it's basically a Raspberry Pi 4. So I load that up with the sequence, and that's my master. I have a little sound blaster here, USB sound blaster. It's not the exact sound blaster, it's a cheaper version. But there's a audio out to my FM transmitter, just a cheap little transmitter from Amazon, nothing spectacular there. And then this powered up. Then I have my switches all done up by Amazon or Alexa. I have the HDMI coming out to my projector, which is severely lacking in lumens. It's not that great, so that might be upgraded for next year. But that's pretty much it for up here and the brains behind the operation per se. Alright, moved out to the garage. Here's my Culp K4 board. And power supply and power injection for the end. Again, run off of a Alexa controlled power outlet. Basically goes up through there, and then I need to put the axis hatch back. But over there and this is where it comes out, right up there. If you can get a good look at that. But basically I just put a plate, put a gland, and then have it coming out. It goes all the way over. So that's what I did for that. The verticals, just some Boscoia strips, a little eyelet, and carabiner. Kind of fabbed up a bracket down here, and that really tightened things up, so it's really tight. Next year, instead of having all these wires coming out here, I might just put a K8 out here. Plan on removing all these lights and putting in some candy canes. Put in like 4 candy canes. Swapped out that with pixels, and then maybe put a couple of the snowflakes up there, maybe a spinner, keep that. So might switch those out to 12 volt, but probably just leave them the same. It seemed to work all right this year. And again, this is probably more for my own recollection for next year. Again, another vertical with the Boscoia strips. Again, going to take this side out and put in some candy canes down through there. The tree was okay. Might replace that with a smaller mega tree. Let's see, what else do we got? These lights were fine. A little smart receiver box worked out really well. Dump some of the water out. These worked out great. I'm probably gonna get a couple more. had those 3D printed up. It worked out great. Love it. So I'm gonna get some more of those for next year. I think I'm gonna probably put another K8 over here, buy another K8, put it over there, keep that K8 over here. So this K8 worked really well this year. Super happy with it. These boxes worked great. The only thing is they seem to collect water like that. So I did drill a couple little holes here and there, and that helped a lot, but apparently I didn't do them all. So other than that, these plano boxes worked really well, give you plenty of space. So again, just kind of showing everything behind the scenes here. That box controls all three of these windows, controls that little section of the roof, controls the mega tree. Next year I'm going to double up the amount of strips. I think I'm going to replace this bottom. It worked out okay, but I saw online somebody had like the landscape, the like 4-inch landscape metal. I think that's going to be a lot sturdier, so I think I'm going to replace that bottom. But and then I have a Viscoyo topper. That one worked out all right, but it started to tip a little bit as I added pressure down here, so it could be raised a little bit, but for being homemade, and it worked out just fine. So but I got my guy wires up there. This one was just tinted down. It worked all right. That one's off the house, and then this one I come down and go off the tree. So it was actually a lot tighter when I put it up, but maybe the stretched out. The really big bulbs, they seem to hold up pretty well. I got 7 of them right now. I may see about getting another one or two. They worked out pretty well. Here's what I dubbed the redneck flakes. Just some toddler hangers, and just downloaded the model and adjusted it a little bit, so it worked out really well, and a lot of people liked them. Got the singing tree, made that. Again, these are off another smart receiver box. Tune 2 sign has a D1 mini in it. I may remove that and just have a pigtail coming out of that, and that way I don't have to worry about Wi-Fi as much. But it seemed to work out fine, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, the light bulbs out there worked out really well. Probably do that again next year. And then yeah, so again, probably do some candy canes up through there, and then do some arches across here, maybe 5 arches. Should probably take care of it. Do that. Again, add some, maybe put these, add another redneck flake, and then attach them to the house with a, kind of stagger them up and down, and maybe put a spinner in between there, and then have the arches up here, maybe a couple singing light bulbs. And that should do it for next year. Oh, I know a lot of people ask about my boxes here for the relays. So that worked out really well. So yeah, it's just a node MCU, gets the Wi-Fi signal, and then triggers relays to click on and off, and it turns on and off the AC power. So that's a real simple install, really simple to do. So hopefully that, I don't know how much I'll use that next year. I want to start phasing that out a little bit, but hopefully this allows me to remember what I did this year so that I can duplicate it next year. So anyway, that should do it for today. Talk to you later. Okay, Garmin, stop recording.